Hi, welcome back. Today we're gonna be cooking. Hello. Today we're gonna be cooking some trail mix. Today we're cooking some trail mix. All right, guys, gotta roll up the sleeves. Gotta fix my hair, dude. The hair is a very important step to actually cooking trail mix. It invigorates a lot of the flavor. If your hair does not look good, then the whole thing's just gonna turn out bad. All right, so I've got a few bowls here. I'm gonna fill them up with our ingredients, and then we'll be right back. It's gonna be like 20 minutes for me, but for you guys, it's gonna be like, you won't even know. I don't know if I need this one. We'll see. We're back. I have all of our ingredients here. Need a knife, actually. As you can see, these are kind of a bit of the base. They're really important, flavorful, I'd have to say, salty. We have two different kinds here. We have the brown and the gold colors. I just like both of them personally. You can do whatever you want. Some of them are slightly more seasoned than others. You know, it kind of happens just like with Doritos or kind of like peppers. Like some are a little bit more spicier, more flavorful than some other ones. It's not really a big deal. If you want, you can kind of take out those like outliers. Just a personal thing. It's just me. Here we got some little mini breadsticks. These are actually bunched into little nubs of 4, and that's just so you can go like this. Yeah, that's the whole reason we got them now. Adds a nice dry, really dries it out. Jesus. We got some nice mini pretzels here. These aren't your rolled gold or your Snyder's pretzels. These are gourmet pretzels. Look at these grill lines right here, beautiful. We got two different kinds. We got some squares, some that look like window panes, and some that look like a ring. And you know, if you were a child, as some of you might be, you just slip that right on your finger and you pretend it's a ring and you just chomp it on right at it. And then here, this is just a little extra thing. We got a little bit of, you know, Olive Garden unlimited breadsticks. Went to Olive Garden, cooked them up, burned them real bad. Gives it a bit of that smoky flavor. You want to make sure that you're cooking them over the grill. So yeah, you really just get these to a very strong brown, and then you just crush them up. You don't really got to slice them because they just crunch right apart. All right, well, first things first. You know, if you're a good chef, you should have your hairnet on, your cap on, whatever. All right, so yeah, basically what you just want to make sure that you just don't get any hair in it, you know. So you just got to be responsible and make sure you have a hat on. So let's get started, why don't we? You know. Okay, so step number 1, we have our base, of course. We have the rice. What are these? I don't know. It's something. All right. So what you gotta do is you might want a little bit that's a bit of a finer powder. Some of these, see, they're all kind of a bit of a square shape. You might just want a little bit mixed up. You see some of these are a little bit crushed. You just kind of want some variation. You want some different sizes so you're not getting like the same thing every time. You know, you don't want crumbs, but you don't exactly want them all to be like full chips. You know, so you don't want the full chip all the time. You know, it's too big. You can't fit that in your mouth, and if you can, it's like you can't fit it in the salsa jar, guys. So what I like to do is I just like to get these in a bit of a line. You just get it, you crush it like this. Look at that, beautiful. I think I'm gonna do that like 1 or 2 more times, just get some more. If you missed any, just go back for a 2nd or 3rd time, crush them up. You know, you just wanna make sure that they're nice and ground up. You don't want it to be just dust. And some of it is gonna be like real small pieces, but that's fine. It's just gonna end up sifting to the bottom, and you can actually put that in drinks. It's a great blendable powder that you can just put in there, and it tastes great, I have to say. We're gonna take our bowl that we're gonna end up putting all of our ingredients in. Just gonna scrape that right into the bowl. We got a good amount, but it's all right, perfect. So we have this bowl. These things are really loud. I'm gonna set this off to the side right here. See that you don't want to be messing with your phone or anything too much. You know, you got germs on that. You just want to keep sure your hands are clean. Also, you want to make sure that your hair's out of your face. I cannot stress that enough. Make sure that your hair is in a hat or something. It does not matter. It just has to be clean. Okay, so we have the rest of our base here. You don't really want to change this up too much. You just want to dump that right into the old bowl here. Whoop! See, that fills it up pretty good. That's about I'd say that's about a third or like halfway. I'm not sure. That's definitely the largest portion of all that we have here, but it's the base. It's the base, you know. All right, next I'm gonna work on some of these pretzels. These, like I said before, these are like artisan pretzels. You do not just get these from a store. They were grilled, hand grilled by me. It took multiple days because these are so small. You actually have to get a special kind of grill, or you can just use a bug zapper if it has like the grid lines. It actually works just as well. So what you want to do is you want to lay some of these down, but what you're going to do is you're just going to cut them right along in the middle of those squares right there. If you get it, you just get your knife in there and you just push down. It just pops right off. That was an amateur cut, I have to say. There we go. They do fly a little bit, so just be aware. Honestly, you don't really need to cut them up into perfect little shapes. It's up to you. I'm a little bit OCD, you know. My wife walks in the room sometimes, and I just tell her to, you know, if the bed's not made perfectly, we're getting a divorce. That's what I told her. I said that to my wife. All right, so these ones that are a circle, you just want to get it with the end of your knife, or you can use a meat grind pounder or a hammer or anything, you know. Just crush it up. There you go. And then we're just gonna do a nice scrape into the old bowl. So you can do that as many times as you want. Personally, I'm not gonna really do it that many times just because of the purposes of these videos. If you want it to be a finer, like smaller bits, you know, like if you can't open your mouth more than like a quarter of an inch for whatever reason, you're gonna want to cut these up. Same with the cracker squares here, chip squares, salted chip seasoned squares. You're just gonna want to crush more of those up depending on how far you can open your mouth. If you can't open it very much, you're gonna need to, you know, you're gonna need to open it, or you're gonna need to crush those up, or gonna give those an old dump. It's now getting pretty full, I'd have to say. We've got our pretzels in there. We've got our chip squares. So you can kind of mix those up. You wanna get in there. You wanna make sure that it's like even. You know, you don't want the whole bottom to just be the chip squares or just the pretzels. You don't really gotta mix it up that much, but you know, who wants to just eat the pretzels and then just eat the chip squares? It's like if you made like a salad where you eat all the lettuce at once and then you eat all the tomatoes at once. That's just stupid. It's dumb, okay? This is our last main ingredient. We've got these mini breadsticks here. So with these, what you're gonna wanna do, this is a very precise cut. You're just gonna slice right on the inside of the belly. You know, you just wanna make sure that it can air out, that it can breathe. It kind of releases those important proteins that are good for you. So it's like the same reason that you crush garlic. You get those proteins to start being made, so that when you eat them, it's better for you. All right. So I gotta make the cuts on the rest of these. Got a little bit of spillage there. So again, you wanna mix these up with your hands. You know, so I told you about these breadsticks earlier, you know, just hand grilled. I actually took them from Olive Garden. You just put them on the grill, you burn them up, it gives it that smoky flavor, and then, you know, I don't need to go through this again. I already talked to you about it. You just pour it right in the bowl. Whatever, the whole thing is personal preference. If you don't want to do this, you don't even got to do this. That's how it works. You're gonna get your old whisk, just to, you know, mix it up a little bit. Gonna get it right in there. Now we're done with this stuff. We gotta move on to the bagging process. Today we're actually gonna use this bag that a friend gave me. It's a pretty interesting kind of bag. I think it's like a limited edition Ziploc bag. I don't know, but yeah, you're just gonna pour the whole thing right on in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Some people like to use the technique where you actually roll the edges of the bag out. I think that's a personal waste of time. I think it's really stupid. But anyway, I'm not gonna insult your life choices. You want to make sure that you get a chip clip. You would actually think that letting the air in would have it, you know, go stale sooner. That's actually exactly wrong. If it does not have any air, it starts to ferment, and that is not what we want. We're just gonna roll this right up. You just stick it right on there. If you want to be really sure, you just get your chip clip. You just get it right on there. Yeah, so you know, it's just as many chip clips as you have or you want. You know, if you only got one should work. If you got 15, put on, you know, 15 unless you're making more bags. This is our final product. I hope you've enjoyed my tutorial today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more cooking tutorials like this. Everyone, get to cooking. This is like a 20-minute process. I wasn't even joking, dude. This isn't even a full bag of chicken. This is like half a bag of chicken.